In today's video, we're diving into a comparative analysis of religious freedom during the Golden Age of Islam and modern standards. While it's tempting to compare this era with other ancient civilizations like medieval Europe or feudal China, a more meaningful comparison emerges when we look 1,000 years forward to our current era. This perspective allows us to see how the principles of the Golden Age stand up against today's complexities. Let's examine how the Golden Age of Islam, renowned for its remarkable achievements, compares to the modern world in terms of religious freedom, taxation, and inclusivity. During the Golden Age of Islam, non-Muslims were required to pay a tax known as jizya. This tax was set at approximately 2% of their income. It was designed to be fair and considerate of their financial circumstances, and it exempted them from military service, which was an obligation for Muslims. In contrast, modern tax systems, such as in the United States, have federal income tax rates ranging from 10% to 37%, in addition to state and local taxes. This results in a much higher overall tax burden. The comparatively low rate of jizya reflects a historical commitment to equity and balance, ensuring that financial responsibilities were distributed fairly. What are your thoughts on the tax system of the Golden Age compared to today's tax rates? Do you think the historical approach was more equitable? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Religious freedom during the Golden Age of Islam was both a principle and a practice. Under the dhimmi system, Jews, Christians, and other religious communities were granted the freedom to practice their faith openly and without persecution. This system not only respected their religious beliefs, but also allowed them to contribute significantly to the flourishing of Islamic civilization. The Quran emphasizes religious freedom, stating, "There is no compulsion in religion. The right path has become distinct from the wrong path." This principle guided the treatment of non-Muslims, fostering an environment of mutual respect. The Golden Age of Islam set a high standard for inclusivity and respect for different religious communities, promoting a harmonious coexistence. Which aspects of religious freedom during the Golden Age of Islam do you find most remarkable? How do these compare with today's standards? Let us know in the comments. During the Golden Age, Islamic governance allowed different religious communities to have their own courts for handling personal and family matters according to their religious laws. This system ensured that diverse communities could follow their traditions while still adhering to Islamic principles for broader societal issues. These separate courts operated under a framework of justice that was both inclusive and respectful of different cultural practices. The approach of maintaining separate judicial systems for various communities demonstrated a commitment to fairness and respect for diversity within the broader framework of Islamic governance. How do you view the concept of separate judicial systems for different communities compared to today's unified legal systems? Do you think this approach promoted greater fairness? Share your views in the comments. Comparing the tax systems of the Golden Age with modern standards offers interesting insights. The jizya tax was notably lower than current income tax rates, which often range from 10% to 37%. This low rate of jizya reflects an emphasis on fair financial responsibility, while the zakat system required Muslims to contribute 2.5% of their wealth to charity, complementing the financial contributions of non-Muslims. This dual system of taxation and charity highlights a historical commitment to balancing social welfare with financial obligations. The comparison underscores the historical emphasis on fairness and taxation, drawing parallels to contemporary discussions about equity and social responsibility. What are your thoughts on the comparison between historical jizya and modern tax systems? How do these approaches affect societal fairness? Let us know in the comments. In this chapter, we examine the core difference between democracy and Islamic governance. In democratic systems, like that of the US, the concept of popular sovereignty prevails, meaning that the power to govern rests in the hands of the people. Citizens participate in free and fair elections to choose their leaders and shape policies, a hallmark of modern democracy. In contrast, Islamic governance during the Golden Age operated on the principle of divine authority. The belief was that all power and authority ultimately belonged to Allah, and leaders were seen as stewards, entrusted with the responsibility to govern in accordance with divine law. Leadership in Islam was based on shura, or consultation, where decisions were made with integrity and justice, reflecting the ethical standards set by Islamic teachings. While democracy emphasizes the will of the people, Islamic governance placed greater focus on moral accountability to divine law. Leaders were expected to uphold justice, ensuring that their authority aligned with the principles of fairness, ethical behavior, and the welfare of all citizens, Muslim and non-Muslim alike. This raises an interesting question about the nature of leadership. In modern democratic systems, checks and balances are put in place to ensure accountability to the people. However, in Islamic governance, accountability is first and foremost to Allah, with leaders expected to act as ethical stewards of the community. How do you perceive the difference between popular sovereignty and divine authority? Do you think one approach offers more accountability than the other? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Looking back over the past 1,000 years reveals a significant realization. Despite considerable advancements in technology and science, some principles of governance and religious freedom have seen little evolution. The values of justice, tolerance, and respect for diverse communities that characterize the Golden Age of Islam remain relevant today. This historical perspective challenges us to reconsider whether our modern advancements in religious freedom and inclusivity genuinely surpass those of earlier times. It serves as a reminder that true progress involves not just technological innovation, but also the refinement of our ethical and social principles. The enduring relevance of these principles prompts us to reflect on how we approach fairness and inclusion in today's world. How do you perceive the evolution of principles like justice and religious freedom over the past millennium? Do you think we've made significant progress, or is there still much to learn from the past? Share your reflections in the comments. Thank you for joining us on this comparative journey between the Golden Age of Islam and modern standards. If you found this analysis insightful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. We value your thoughts and encourage you to share your perspectives on how historical principles can guide our present and future. Until next time.